Vice President Gore's opponent, Texas Governor George W. Bush, returned to the presidential campaign trail today after the execution last night of Gary Graham, a condemned prisoner who did not go quietly. As NBC's Jim Cummins reports now, this will not be the last that we've heard about Texas executions and presidential politics.
Gary Graham had to be dragged to his execution in the Texas death chamber.
He was restrained with black Velcro restraints at his wrists.
Kicking and screaming and protesting his innocence.
And the last statement that I recorded before his death, "They are killing me tonight, they are murdering me tonight," and he went silent.
Today the protesters are gone, but the words of Gary Graham and the prospect of 15 more executions before the election are keeping this emotional issue alive in Texas. Graham was convicted of a murder where there was no physical evidence, no murder weapon, and only one eyewitness. Texas State Senator Rodney Ellis is leading a drive for more checks and balances to ensure that people like Graham are guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
The notion of our Board of Pardons and Parole essentially being a speed bump on the way to the death chamber, no open meeting, no deliberative process, I just think that's an affront to justice.
And there's the problem of incompetent lawyers representing indigent defendants, especially in capital murder cases. In February, 62-year-old great-grandmother Betty Lou Beets was executed for murdering her husband in Gun Barrel City, Texas. She blamed her lawyer.
My attorney has admitted that he did no investigating. There was no expert testimony. There was no, nobody was subpoenaed at all.
Former newspaper editor Jim Goodson covered her trial.
Did she get a fair trial?
I don't think so. The harsh reality is there are people on death row in Texas and in this country because their lawyers should be in jail instead of them.
It's become a headache for Governor George W. Bush as he campaigns for president. The next execution in Texas is scheduled in 6 days. Jim Cummins, NBC News, Dallas.